Good evening and thank you for joining us for TKO 8 Local News. Harrison Police Chief Paul Woodruff reports that 19-year-old Tommy Allen T.J. Jones, a senior at Harrison High School, was arrested Wednesday on suspicion of threatening to kill other seniors at graduation. Woodruff says a parent called the administration office to report that Jones allegedly told other students that he would shoot up the place when he walked across the stage on graduation night. An investigation also revealed Jones had made similar threats last year while he was a junior. Woodruff said high school officials originally handled the matter administratively, but a parent called the administration office to complain, which prompted the criminal investigation. A warrant was issued for Jones' arrest on a charge of terroristic threatening with no bond amount set. He appeared at Boone County Circuit Court this morning for arraignment, and during the proceedings both the defense and prosecution agreed that the case file should be sealed. Judge Gordon Webb accepted the request and sealed the file. Timmy Wayne Gann of Prattsville, Alabama, who pled guilty last year to charges that he attacked an acquaintance with a Little Devil baseball bat during a heated argument over the outcome of the 2014 Arkansas-Alabama football game, was back in Baxter County Circuit Court on Thursday, facing the possibility that his probation will be revoked, and that could mean prison time. Gann was given 6 years probation in April last year on charges stemming from the attack. The petition to revoke Gann's probation was filed by 14th Judicial District Prosecuting Attorney David Etheridge on January 22nd, and a warrant for Gann's arrest was issued, charging him with violating the terms and conditions of his probation. Temporary repairs have been made at the Brandon Burlsworth Youth Center in Harrison, at the swimming pool, that is. Officials are hoping that the repairs are going to hold up so it can be opened on schedule by Memorial Day. Aqua Construction is doing the patching job for $10,000 with the stipulation that they get the contract to replace the entire liner when the time comes. That total cost will be an additional $100,000. Commissioners have said the department has enough money in reserves to replace the liner, but it would deplete most savings. Parks Director Chuck Eddington had hoped for grant funding from the State Department of Parks and Tourism, but officials say those plans fell through. Commissioners said they want to put together a plan to present to the Harrison City Council as part of a request for additional funding for the liner replacement project. And speaking of the Harrison City Council, Aldermen, they met last night for their regular monthly meeting, and here are some highlights from last night.
Luke, like I said, had to go someplace, but did everybody get a copy of the financials? Okay. If you did not, we can make copies for you. I will cover them or ask any questions that you have on them. Within, since 2000, I've never known our city to probably be in the black in March, but right now we're in the black already. But there's some aspects of this that, without further research, like our property taxes, we're way up, and without Luke has not researched it, I have not researched it. It could be late payments or it could be early payments. We'll have to get with the assessors or the collector's office on that. I don't know if the counties is way up. Can't tell you that. Also, our sales tax revenue is up about almost 11%. And that's another first this time of year. I'll attribute it to the weather and some other factors. I think people are shopping more at home, which we want them to shop here at home. We want them to buy local. But it's a good report, and if anybody's got any questions about it, I'll phone them on the loop tomorrow.
And I would caution council not to try and extrapolate based on the revenues and extrapolate this for the full year. Because as we said last year, those property tax receipts are not timed the same each year.
And we have another factor also in there that in our police department, we actually paid for 6 new police cars last year at this time. And we got some coming, and that'll be taken out of there also. So it'll level off, but our revenues are up, but our expenses are way down too. But I think our expenses are going to come back up once we get an influx of certain things. But it's a good report, and I thank Luke for him, even though he's not here. Okay. Any other questions on that?
You can see the complete proceedings online anytime at TKO8.com. Hey, coming up, we'll take a look at headlines from around the region. But first, here's this week's livestock report from Sammy Klein, brought to you by Quality Free Feed Grains of Harrison and Bellefonte.
This is Sammy Klein, Federal State Livestock Market News Service, reporting sales of the Arkansas Livestock Auction and Grain Force for Wednesday, April 27th. Cattle receipts, $5.59. Last week, $8.88. Year ago, $1,053. Compared to last week, feeder steers under 600 pounds, $75 higher, except the 450 to 500 pounders, $3 lower. Feeder heifers, most of them $1 to $3 lower, with the 350 to 400 pounds, $10 lower, and the 5 to 550 pounds, $1 higher. Feeder bulls under 600 pounds, $2 to $4 lower, 6 to 650 pounds, $5 higher. Slaughter cows and bulls steady. Feeder steers, medium large ones, 3 to 400 pounds, $191 to $212, 4 to 500 pounds, $165 to $190. 5 to 600 pounds, $155 to $172. 6 to 650 pounds, $152 to $158. 7 to 800 pounds, $132 to $142. Feeder heifers, medium large ones, 3 to 400 pounds, $160 to $185. 4 to 500 pounds, $148 to $164. 5 to 600 pounds, $132 to $159. 6 to 650 pounds, a few at $132 to $135. Replacement cows, medium large ones and 2. 2 to 7-year-old, 900 to 1,300 pounds, second stage, a few at 1,100 to 1,185 per head. Cow calf pairs, medium large 1 to 2. 2 to 7-year-old, 900 to 1,250 pound cows, 1 to 250 pound calves at size 1,000 to 1,600 per pair. 7 to 10-year-old cows, 1 to 300 pound calves at size at 975 to 1,285 per pair. Slaughter cows, boners, 71 to 78, high dress 79 to 84. Lean, 68 to 76, high dress 77 to 83, low dress 61 to 68. Slaughter bulls, you raise 1s and 2s, 1,400 pounds, 90 to 101.50, high dress 1 at 103.50, low dress 1 at 80. That's Market Day. Sammy Klein reporting. Thank you.
Your Tundra can haul loads of gravel.
It can, but I'm busy.
How about cinder blocks?
Yeah, no. Going riding.
Let's pull out stumps.
Rather go fishing.
Gravel is back.
Okay, enough with the gravel.
The 2016 Toyota Tundra, for those who believe play is the new word. Qualified buyers get 0% APR for 60 months plus $1,500 special edition cash on a new 2016 Special Edition Tundra for a total savings over $5,700. Toyota, let's go places.
Spring has already started at Sisters Flower and Gift Shop. The ladies at Sisters have created some beautiful spring floral arrangements, and new home accent items are arriving daily. You'll also find a great selection of centerpieces, unique birdhouses, wall decor, and many other great gift items. Come by and check out the many Razorback items on display. From handcrafted metalware, dinnerware, serving pieces, tabletop items, and cooking utensils, Sisters has just the right item for any occasion. Catch the spring fever at Sisters Flower and Gift Shop. We are so much more than flowers. Plants, plants, and more plants. That's what you'll find at Camps Plants in Harrison. Perennials, annuals, ferns, hanging baskets, and the largest selection of garden vegetables in the area. With different varieties arriving weekly, you're sure to find the perfect plant, shrub, or tree at the best price in the area. Camps Plants and Business for over 30 years in Harrison.
Stop and shop. Where your friends and neighbors shop.
No one saves you and your family money like Edwards Grocery does. Check out this week's specials. Bone-in sirloin roast, only 79 cents per pound with a family pack. Best choice granulated sugar, 2 for $3. Dole golden ripe pineapples, only 99 cents each. Selected varieties, Peter Pan peanut butter, 3 for $5. And chicken leg quarters, only $4.99 in the 10-pound bag.
Edwards Grocery saves your money.
Here's another satisfied client from Dental Creations of Harrison.
That several people complain about after a year it doesn't fit, it doesn't feel right. And it's because your mouth changes. And they offer the final set of dentures. And it's just like your own teeth. I eat corn on the cob, I eat steak, and Wanda and Dave and Tara was my personal person in there. They're awesome people in there.
Dental Creations on the square in Harrison, next to the Big Red Boot.
Well, the Arkansas Supreme Court says Arkansas State Police were wrong to redact driver and survivor information on accident reports. The court's opinion issued Thursday upholds a lower court's ruling that the information, including names and addresses of drivers and passengers in non-fatal auto accidents, is public information. State Police began redacting the information in response to a state law passed last year that withholds juvenile information. The agency cited the Federal Driver Privacy Protection Act in deciding to withhold more than the juvenile records. Little Rock attorney Daniel Wren filed the lawsuit for access to crash reports after his request for them was denied. The court's ruling says personal information protected under the federal law specifically does not include information on accident reports. An attempt in Arkansas to limit how welfare recipients can spend their benefits has stalled before a legislative panel. The Joint Budget Committee voted 24-14 in favor of the proposal by Republican Representative Jim Dotson to seek a federal waiver for the new limits on temporary assistance for needy families recipients. The proposal needed at least 29 votes to advance, and Dotson's proposal called for limiting the use of TANF benefits to food, clothing, housing, utilities, child care, and incidentals. It also called on the state to seek a restriction on using TANF benefit cards to withdraw cash. Dodson said he may seek another vote on the proposal before this year's session ends. Several Democrats on the panel questioned the need for the restrictions. ExxonMobil has paid a $2.6 million fine more than 3 years after its Pegasus pipeline ruptured and spilled thousands of gallons of crude into a Mayflower neighborhood. Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration spokesman Damon Hill says that the company paid the fine on April 21st. The oil company has 89 days from April 1st to decide whether to challenge the far-reaching order in federal appeals court. ExxonMobil spokesman Ashley Smith says the company is evaluating its options. A Texas-based broadband company has announced plans to open an office in Paragould and create about 30 jobs. GW Communications of Coppell, Texas, joined state and local officials in making the announcement Thursday. Now, the new jobs include computer-aided design and computer operations positions. GW Communications clients include AT&T, Verizon, and Windstream. And the company currently has offices in Kansas City, Kansas, Houston, and Lubbock, and Austin, Texas, San Jacinto, California, and Oklahoma City. Now, 3 finalists have been named to become the next chancellor at the University of Arkansas at Little Rock. UALR has announced that UA System President Donald Bobbitt and the Chancellor Search Committee have chosen the three as finalists to replace Chancellor Joel Anderson, who's stepping down in June. Now, the 3 are Cheryl Lovell, the Chief Academic Officer of the Colorado State University System, Andrew Rogerson, the Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs at Sonoma State in California, and Boise State University Vice President for Research and Economic Development, Mark Rudin. The 3 are expected to visit campus next month to visit with faculty, student leaders, administrators, members of the UA Board of Trustees, and community leaders. Bobbitt will recommend Anderson's successor to the Board of Trustees and when the time comes. Well, before we get to your weather forecast, let's take a look and see how the stock market did today. Taking a look at your weather forecast, as you can see, it's been wild and crazy, man. I got out and about early to go shoot this week's edition of In Court, and it was wet going in and wet going out. But it looks like the wet may be over for the rest of the evening, we hope. But boy, it got cool out there, too. So needless to say, it's been a long day for your old boy Jimbo. But looking at the rest of the forecast, it's not too shabby. Looking at tomorrow, we see that we're going to have a 50% chance of showers in the forecast and a little bit warmer with a high of 81, overnight low of 52. Sunday, all that's going away. Beautiful sunny skies and 77 for your high and 50 for your overnight low. And we return to work with lots of clouds, but no rain in the forecast. 72 for your high Monday, 68 on Tuesday, 74 on Wednesday. So pretty much the weather has calmed down after this morning's gully washer that did all of this. But what you going to do? It's spring in the Ozarks. But it looks to be a very, very nice weather pattern coming after Saturday. And it's just that 50-50 shot on Saturday. So we'll see how that plays out. Anyway, we'll come back, take a look at sports in just a moment.
Spring has arrived in the Ozarks. This is Brent Carell inviting you to Carell Family Gardens and Gifts in Harrison. Whether you need an entirely new landscape or simply need a rose to brighten up a corner of your backyard, we have a large selection of trees and shrubs. We also have Harrison's largest selection of pottery, from terracotta clay pots to gorgeous glazed pots in every imaginable color, shape, and size. Perhaps you're looking for garden benches, outdoor pillows, fountains, lanterns, or maybe just the right gift for someone? We have an array of home decor and gift items. Maybe you need something for your young children or grandchildren? We carry a full inventory of fun items to create fairy gardens and yard art. Are you ready to garden? We carry all the spring vegetables and seeds you need to get your garden growing, along with compost and fertilizer. As the weather continues to warm, we'll have a dizzying display of blooming annuals, perennials, hanging baskets, ferns, roses, and hydrangeas. Carell Family Gardens and Gifts is your locally owned garden and home store located at the north end of Goblin Drive at Industrial Park Road.
Brewster the Rooster here, thanking all of you for offering up a name for me and enjoying the great deal on crispy, crunchy chicken from the Chicken House in Harrison. And an extra special thank you to Joe Carter for coming up with my name, Brewster the Rooster. I'm telling you, I know the family is proud. Yeah. So come see me at the Chicken House and enjoy a great meal for lunch or dinner or both. The Chicken House, the official home of me, Brewster the Rooster.
The Valley Springs Lady Tigers put up an offense on Tuesday that was hard to beat. Valley Springs played host to Yellville Summit and sent the visitors home with a 17-0 thumping. The Lady Tigers got the scoring started in the first inning with a pair of runs. Gabby Shearer scored on a passed ball before Carly Greenhall sent a double into left field to plate Madison Moore. Now, the Lady Tigers then added 4 runs in the second inning to increase their lead to 6-0, and then the hits just kept on coming until the mercy rule was applied in the fourth inning, and Carly Greenhall earned the win pitching all 4 innings for the Lady Tigers. She allowed no runs on 5 hits while striking out 4 and walking 2. Well, despite the soggy conditions, the Arkansas baseball team is set to host number 2 Texas A&M in Southeastern Conference baseball action in Fayetteville. The Razorbacks and Aggies are set to play starting at 6:35, so we're pretty much there. And then 2 p.m. tomorrow, and then 1 p.m. on Sunday. Arkansas is 25-16 on the season and 6-12 in SEC play. Texas A&M is 33-8 overall and 12-6 in the conference. Ruby De La Russa struck out a career-high 10 and pitched 2 hit ball through 7 innings. Chris Herman and Brandon Drury homered, and the Arizona Diamondbacks beat the St. Louis Cardinals 3-0 last night. With the win, the Diamondbacks forced a split in the 4-game series, and now the Cardinals return to Busch Stadium to begin a 3-game series with Washington. Mike Leake starts for St. Louis, and the Nationals go with Steven Strasburg. First pitch there scheduled for 7:15 tonight. The Dallas Cowboys have taken Ohio State running back Ezekiel Elliott with the 4th overall pick in the NFL draft. It's the highest Dallas has drafted a running back since taking Hall of Famer Tony Dorsett 2nd overall in 1977. All-time NFL rushing leader Emmitt Smith went 17th to the Cowboys way back in 1990. The Kansas City Chiefs traded the 28th overall pick to San Francisco on Thursday night and received the 49ers' second-round pick along with choices in the 4th and 6th rounds in this year's NFL draft. The 49ers used the first-round pick on Stanford guard Joshua Garnett. Kansas City will have the 37th overall pick when the draft resumes with the 2nd and 3rd rounds tonight. Now, they also have their original second-round choice at number 59. The Chiefs had their 3rd-round pick stripped as part of the penalties handed down for a case of tampering in the offseason. Well, that's a wrap for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for joining us. I do hope you have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy all this mighty fine MeTV programming. New court episode is already up and running that was shot this morning, so we're working hard for you to keep you informed on all the local stuff going on. Speaking of which, keep it locked on for more local events. TKO.
KTKO Channel 8 Harrison. Local television worth watching.